Hello, subscriber. I appreciate your love towards Vicky's Bowell. And if you're new around here, I welcome you. And please do feel free to make contributions, write review, share, like, and subscribe. And I know your journey will be, as a law student, will be as amazing as them. Anyways, today I'll be sharing the reasons why law evolved. In other words, the evolution of law. Now, before the evolution of law, men got justice for themselves by themselves. In other words, men were the law. This can also be called vengeance or self-help. And the basis for this was the Mosaic law that says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So men became the law, and they had arms that helped in getting justice for themselves. So the court and law was created for men to put down their arms and come to court to get a redress for their cause. So the law was created to maintain order and avoid anarchy and chaos. So one of the reasons why law evolved is for order, to maintain social order and to avoid anarchy and chaos. And it is for this reason that the law must be enforced without fear and favor. Another reason why the law evolved is for justice. Now, justice is the end result of the law. When you apply the law correctly, what you get is justice. So when people come to the law, the end result or what they hope to get at the end of the day is justice. So justice is the correct application of the law. However, there are several theories of justice. But for this purpose, we'll be discussing just two, which is protocols, strict. Formal justice is the strict application of the law to ensure justice. In this case, the law is applied without extrajudicial consideration, just like I explained when I was discussing common law and equity. Here, the harshness of the law cannot be reduced or mitigated by the judge. An example of a case where formal justice was manifested is in the case of Awolowo against the Federal Minister of Internal Affairs. In this case, the plaintiff was charged for treasonable felony, and the judge made a statement that his hands were tied, in the sense that despite his sympathy towards the plaintiff, he could not do anything because he's made to apply the law strictly without extrajudicial consideration. So in this case, the law is applied strictly to get justice. Most people look at this kind of justice as better because here the law is certain and there is clarity of the law. In the sense that if the law says this is this, then the judge is given no right or discretion to change the law or to bend the law based on how he or she feels. So the people can have a view of the certainty of the law. Yes, people can be certain that this is what the law says, and when we get to court, this is what we will get. We are not made to rely on the perception of the judge in enforcing law. So a particular school believes that formal justice is better because it promotes certainty of law. However, there is another theory of justice, and that is the substantive justice. Here, when the application or strict application of the law will bring about injustice, most times the judges are allowed to interpret the law in such a way that they will arrive at a just decision. It is this notion that brought about equity, that where formal application of the law would bring about injustice, judges should be able to bend it in such a way that we will arrive at a just decision. This was the exact idea that birthed the doctrine of equity. the practice of this kind of justice is known as judicial activism. You can either call it substantive justice or judicial activism, when judges use their discretion to interpret the law in such a way that they arrive at a just decision. It is known as judicial activism. Freedom. Like J.J. Rose said, man is born free, but everywhere he turns to, he finds chain. So the law defines the rights of individuals and at the same time their duties, so that when man is given freedom, there is a limitation placed on that freedom such that he does not encroach on the rights of others. For instance, I have the right to freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. However, the fact that I'm free to speak does not give me the right to say ill things that would defame the character of others. And so, in a bid to limit that freedom, there is an offense of defamation, such that will make you watch what you say while you exercise your rights to speak. So these are ways that the law balances freedom. So as you can see at the end of the day that J.J. Rose's words are true, that though man is said to be free, but somehow there are chains by the law that enable him not to exercise this freedom to the fullest. Not because the law does not want him to exercise his rights or freedom, but so that in his bid to exercise his right, he does not also encroach in the rights of others and even the state as a whole. So these are one of the reasons this is one of the reasons why law evolved, so as to manage the rights, balance the rights and freedom of individual with the duties they have towards others and the state. Another reason why law evolved is for the states. Now, what is a state? A state is a political entity that contains a population. It has a government through which it exercises its authority, and it is a sovereign state with an international personality. So these are the three elements that make up a state. When a state has this territory, government, population, sovereignty, and international personality, that political entity can be called a state. Several scholars have come up with different theories on how we can organize a state, but it is actually the law that gives us the procedure and the structure of a state. For instance, Section 2 of the 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria states that Nigeria is an indivisible and indissoluble sovereign state and shall be known by the name Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is also this same section that stated that Nigeria is a federation and shall comprises of states and a federal capital territory. So you can see that the law has organized the state already by itself. So this is one of the reasons why the law evolved, or one of the functions of the law, such that it organizes the state, the political structure of the states. Another reason why law evolved is for legitimacy. Legitimacy. Every government must draw its legitimacy from the law, the constitution, for instance. It is the constitution that backs every government. So when there's a coup, and a government enters into power or exercises power without the constitution, such governments can be termed as illegitimate. So the law lays down ways government can exercise power. For instance, in Nigeria, Section 1, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria states clearly that the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall persons or group of persons take control of the government or any part of it, except in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. So if a government is coming in and is not in accordance of the provision of the Constitution, that government is regarded as illegitimate, because legitimacy can only be drawn from the law. So you see now that this is one of the reasons why the law has come in place, to give legitimacy to every government, and every government must draw its legitimacy from the law, and in the case of Nigeria, the Constitution. Another reason is sovereignty. It is the law that prescribes the sovereignty of a state. Sovereignty is the legal power of a state to run its affairs without external control. In clear, simple terms, it is the legal power and authority of a state to run its affairs. So it is now the law prescribes the sovereignty of a state. Different countries have different principles or theories of their sovereignty. Some have their sovereignty lying in the hands of the parliament, in the hands of the central government. But in Nigeria, according to Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the sovereignty lies in the hands of the people. So you only get the power. That is why it is the people that choose their leaders, and at the same time they have the power to remove their leaders through public polls and referendum. So you see that the law has come to put every structure in order and ensure that there is order and there is no breakdown of law, and that there is no anarchy or chaos in the structure or system of administration. So with this, we can truly appraise the evolution of law in human affairs. Please do see Abiola Sani's legal introduction to legal method, and ensure that you do vigorous personal study, do more research, watch more videos, and you would be fine, and God will help you. God bless you. Please subscribe. I still remain your girl, Negbe, and I love you so much.